What's up everyone, Shinobi Bros Official is back and will give the updates about anime world. In this video, we will discuss about Naruto, the strongest eternal fire. But before that, don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe so that Shinobi Bros will continue to improve in providing info and updates. Let's get right into the video. Kurama's death due to the use of Baryon mode against Ishiki Otsutsuki has left a big hole in Naruto's heart. Not only Naruto lost his best friend who had lived in his body since Naruto was a baby, but Naruto also lost more than half of his strength. Because as we know, all this time Naruto got a source of strength and large chakra reserve from Kurama in his body. With the disappearance of Kurama, the source of that power automatically disappeared, and Naruto now had no superpowers anymore. On the other hand, even though Ishiki had been defeated and his existence had disappeared from this shinobi world. In fact, the great threat to shinobi world did not just disappear. Just like Code, whose purpose in life is purely for Otsutsuki, and will continue to plan to take revenge against those who killed his god, Ishiki. There is also God Otsutsuki, who once said by Ishiki as the supreme leader of Otsutsuki, and described as having hundreds of Jogan around his body. Sadly, the biggest threat actually comes from Naruto's son, Boruto Uzumaki. The proof that Boruto has become the biggest threat is because the Otsutsukification in his body has reached more than 80%, and he has destroyed Rinnegan, which is the source of Sasuke's greatest strength. If the threat comes, then no one will be able to stop it, considering that Naruto, who is said to be the strongest shinobi, has no superpowers anymore. Meanwhile, one day when Naruto working late in the night alone, his thoughts suddenly drifted to his son, whose existence would disappear to be replaced by a figure he no longer recognized. Remembering this, Naruto felt a deep sadness, releasing all his emotions that had been suppressed by crying because at that time Naruto alone in the room. Naruto at this moment really didn't know what to do, and in his tears Naruto looked at the photo of the previous Hokage in front of him. Naruto asked in a low voice what the other Kage would do if faced with this situation. Naruto really didn't know what to do, because right now he felt like he's being forced to choose to protect the village or protect his son. Shortly after saying that, suddenly a wind blew from the window of the Hokage's room, making Naruto close his eyes from the wind blowing. But when Naruto opened his eyes, the photos of the Hokage disappeared, and there's the figure of his father in spirit from. Despite his confusion, Naruto softly called out his father's name, but Minato just ignored the call and then walked out of the Hokage's room. Naruto reflexively followed where his father's spirit had gone, but Naruto found no one as he walked out. When Naruto looked around, Naruto now saw the spirit of the third Hokage, who seemed to be calling Naruto to follow him without saying a word. Again Naruto just followed him, but the spirit disappeared as it passed through a long dark alley. Just like before, when Naruto climbed the stairs, now what appeared was the second Hokage walking through the door to the rooftop. When Naruto opened the door, it turned out that Tsunade and Kakashi already waiting for him there, along with the spirit of the first Hokage, who smiled and then disappeared like the wind. Naruto wondered within himself what had happened, and why Tsunade and Kakashi were in this place. At that moment the place where they stood seemed to form a room where time had stopped, separating them from the outside world. While Naruto feeling a little panicked by the situation, Tsunade and Kakashi just sighed, thinking that now might be the right time to tell Naruto everything. Naruto more confused in this situation after seeing the previous Hokage, starting from the first Hokage to the fourth Hokage, who appeared from the ground like a spirit. The spirits of the former Hokage had now surrounded Naruto, making Naruto wonder what had happened and why they're here. When the other Hokage spirits were silent, Hashirama represented the other Kage to explain everything to Naruto. Starting from this place, which is actually the place where the spirits of the fallen Hokage gather. By putting a little chakra belonging to the previous Hokage in this place, their souls will also be stored in this place, even though they have died and become spirits. Naruto's thoughts at that time were in the direction of his death, thinking that Hashirama had summoned him here because he sensed that Naruto would die in the near future. But Hashirama irritatedly told Naruto that's not his goal. There is another purpose of this summons, other than to leave a bit of Naruto's chakra in this place. Hashirama wanted Naruto to know that all this time Konoha had been able to live in prosperity, its land and agriculture fertile because there's something that supported it. Hearing this didn't know why it made Naruto's heart skip a beat, like he didn't want to know the truth behind all of this. But Hashirama continued that there's actually a large fire monster that's sealed under the village of Konoha, precisely under Konoha's will of fire. Hashirama likens the monster to fertilizer, where the fire produced by the monster can make Konoha's soil fertile. Hashirama explained that the fire monster was a type of phoenix, which would continue to resurrect no matter how many times it was killed. Therefore his existence was sealed, and used to make the land of Konoha fertile with its hot fire. Hearing this made Naruto's chest feel tight, because he didn't expect there's a price that's sacrificed for the prosperity of the village. Hashirama knew that Naruto would not accept this, but Hashirama strictly forbade Naruto to release the seal, because this all for Konoha's good. Hashirama wanted Naruto to continue the task of the previous Hokage to take care of the fire monster, so that nothing would interfere with the prosperity of Konoha. Before Naruto could ask the spirits of the Hokage, they disappeared into the dark night, and the flow of time returned to normal. In this situation Naruto confused what to do. On the one hand, Naruto did not accept the treatment of the previous Hokages who had sealed the monster just for the sake of the village. While on the other hand Naruto did not want to be someone the previous Hokage feared, to be someone who would disrupt the village's prosperity by releasing the monster's seal. In the midst of this dilemma, Naruto reminded of the figure of Kurama who had been living in his body. Although Kurama wanted to live freely, in fact the original purpose of Kurama being sealed into his stomach was as a weapon that would stop the war. This indeed needs to be done for the good of mankind, but Naruto absolutely cannot accept this treatment, because it is the same as reminding Naruto of Kurama who was sealed into his body. So with this, Naruto decided to go to the place where the fire monster was kept, which was right under the Will of Fire monument. Because the place he is going to is a place full of secrets, Naruto was directed by Tsunade and Kakashi to go to the Will of Fire monument alone very carefully. With feeling full of worry, Naruto used multiple shadow clones to ensure that the surrounding area completely safe, while he began to open the seal that covered the place so that people who were not Hokage would know. Just like before, when the seal opened, Naruto was immediately moved into another place, which seemed to be the bottom of Konoha. The atmosphere of the place was very hot, which Naruto assumed that this the result of the fire monster. Sure enough, not long after Naruto walked along the place, he's already in a very wide area, and there's a large firebird that seemed to be confined by a seal in the form of a light cage. The firebird looked at Naruto, and suddenly a voice sounded in Naruto's head which seemed to think that Naruto was a Hokage. Hearing this Naruto a little surprised, while the voice in Naruto's head said that only the Hokage had come here, no other human had ever come here. As time went on, Naruto became aware that the voice speaking in his head was the firebird, which Hashirama had previously called the phoenix, the eternal bird. It's just that Naruto didn't think the phoenix in front of him was not as hostile as he thought, instead it looked very weak, like he's forced to work there for hundreds of years. Naruto had thought that phoenix would be filled with hatred, just like Kurama was when it was first sealed into a human body, but in fact it was not. Knowing this, Naruto seemed to want to break the seal that bound Phoenix, ready to disobey the orders of the previous Hokages in the hope that Phoenix would help Konoha without being sealed. Naruto makes an offer to Phoenix, that he will release the seal, but in return Naruto wants Phoenix to keep helping Konoha so that the land remains fertile and prosperous. Phoenix just silent at a moment, but then accepted the offer enthusiastically, because freedom was something he had always dreamed of. By using the same technique to enter this place, Naruto released the seal in the form of a cage that had been shackled Phoenix. Slowly the light that formed the cage faded away into the sky, as the Phoenix freed from the seal. Unfortunately, as soon as the seal released, Phoenix instead flapped its wings of fire, creating a fire tornado that attacked Naruto. Luckily Naruto managed to dodge in time, and wondered why Phoenix broke his promise. While still flapping his wings, Phoenix said that he hated the Hokage so much because his freedom for nearly 100 years had been taken away. Even if he was free, Phoenix felt that he would continue to be targeted and hunted by those who wanted his power, so he had no other choice but to fight. Phoenix then shoots a great fireball from its mouth at Naruto, which Naruto dodges with the help of Shadow Clone. This equally leaves Naruto with no other choice but to fight, because otherwise he will be the one who will be burned down. Even though Naruto doesn't have Kurama anymore, he still has a lot of chakra reserves as a descendant of Uzumaki. Naruto once again used a Shadow Clone, which he then used to propel his body towards Phoenix. This time Naruto managed to punch Phoenix in the face, but Phoenix actually chirped happily because Naruto was the one injured, where Naruto's hand that used to punch actually got burned because the heat of fire released by Phoenix. From this Naruto concluded not to touch Phoenix's body, because that would be hurting himself. While Naruto thinking about what kind of way he could defeat Phoenix, Naruto dodged the hot fire attacks that coming at him. Phoenix also seen several times wanting to attack Naruto with his claws and beak, but all of that could be avoided by Naruto easily. Unfortunately, because the attacks keep coming non-stop, and the Phoenix can regenerate very quickly, in the end Naruto got hit by one of Phoenix's fireballs, sending Naruto's body flying far away and hitting the wall very hard. In this situation, Phoenix approached Naruto, who looked unconscious, and intended to kill Naruto as a sign of his freedom from the Hokage seal. But before the attack successfully launched, Naruto actually seemed to smile to make Phoenix surprised. Normal humans who were hit by its attack wouldn't be able to get up again, but here Naruto smiled as if he had planned this. Before Phoenix could attack him with a great fireball, Naruto swiftly activated the Rasengan, which directly hit Phoenix's right wing. It didn't stop there. It turned out that Naruto's clone that he previously stayed on guard suddenly appeared, using a Rasengan against Phoenix, hitting Phoenix's left wing, so that both Phoenix's wings were broken, and couldn't regenerate at that time because of the magnitude of the resulting attack. Phoenix can only lie on the ground because now his wings have been severed. Phoenix didn't give up so easily, and once again seemed intent on getting the fireball out of his mouth. Naruto had absolutely no intention of fighting Phoenix again, and surprisingly said for the two of them to reconcile. Not knowing why those words made the fire in Phoenix's mouth go out, thwarting his intention to attack Naruto. Naruto said that he didn't want this fight to happen, because Phoenix reminded him of his old friend. Naruto said that there used to be a monster that was sealed inside him. The monster wanted freedom, but ended up living trapped inside Naruto's body. Phoenix, who had rebelled from the start, became silent listening to Naruto's story. Naruto continued that although their relationship was very bad at first, where the monster tried to take Naruto's body many times, in the end they become friends and inseparable from each other. But the final battle that the two of them faced, forced the monster to use the last strength he had to save his friend. As a result of this, the monster eventually dies inside Naruto's body, and Naruto mentions that the monster's name is Kurama, one of the best friends in his life. Hearing Naruto's story, Phoenix's heart seemed to be beating, feeling the warmth that's so calming. Even though Phoenix's body covered in flames, this was the first time Phoenix felt a warm feeling he had never felt before. Phoenix surprisingly decides to succumb to Naruto, saying that he will entrust his powers to Naruto. No matter how Phoenix dies, he will always rise again, but it would be a different story if Phoenix gave his power to Naruto. Phoenix's body will die, but his soul and power will live on in Naruto's body. Without waiting for Naruto's approval, the Phoenix's severed wings grew back, and then he used it to hug Naruto. Phoenix's body slowly seemed to turn into particles, which then entered Naruto's body. At the same time, Naruto's body got surrounded by Phoenix flames, which then formed a pair of huge fire wings. Naruto reflexively flew with the power of this Phoenix-given fire, and a voice came from his head, which said that from this moment on he entrusted its power to Naruto, and then thanked Naruto for ending his suffering all this time. Naruto clenched his fists, and promised to fulfill what Phoenix wished, and protect the village with the power of this eternal fire. That's all for news updates from Shinobi Bros Official. What do you think about this video? Give your opinion in the comments below. And if you like this video, don't forget to click like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss updates about the anime world. Thanks for watching, see you next time.